I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Do you feel it, people? Do you feel the nightmare that's about to hit America?
Here's Johnny.
Between the clown car of cabinet picks from Kash Patel to Pete Hegseth to Tulsi Gabbard to Captain Brainworm, we have never in my life seen a crazier group of people that could be in charge of the government.
Donald Trump just released a barrage of nominations and appointments.
I'm honestly glad Manson and Dahmer are dead, because we'd have to watch Susan Collins twist herself to confirm Charlie.
Well, the swastika on his forehead is really a Tibetan sign for prosperity and good luck, so I will vote to confirm Charlie Manson to the Senate.
We are still in the opening credits of Trump Part 2, The Revenge.
Man's deepest fear has risen again. Trump, The Revenge. This time, it's personal.
And after they've told us that Project 2025 is not the plan, they then told us Project 2025 is the plan. When they told us they were only going to deport criminals, they have now told us they're going to deport all undocumented immigrants and their families, even family members that were legally born here, criminal or not.
I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back.
Even if it's against the Constitution. It's funny how these people love the Constitution until they want to violate it. And 43% of Latinos voted for Trump. Later, homies.
Trump.
That's right. This summer, you can go to the desert. It's like the beach, but you can't cool off because there's absolutely no water. Ha ha. Trump camps, where we put you in luxurious rooms big enough for 100 people, but we give you more and more and more at Trump camps. Those rooms will now have 400 of your closest friends in them. That's right. Almost 400 people stuck in a room built for 100. And that's right. More compadres to hang out with. Imagine you're living in a giant group hug with 400 new people. You vote, man. You wanted this, bro. There are 100 other things that he said during the campaign that he has now changed. But let's talk about the immigrant thing. Just want to be clear. Trump's own grandfather was an illegal immigrant who made his money in booze and prostitution, except he was successful at making his own money and no bankruptcies. When he tried to move back to Germany, they kicked him out because he had dodged the draft and evaded taxes. Wow. I guess it's genetic. Trump's mom was an immigrant. In fact, English was her second language. She married Trump's dad and became a naturalized citizen. So under her son's plan, she would get deported. 2 out of 3 of Trump's wives. Holy shit. We have a president with 3 wives. What the fuck are we doing? 2 out of 3 of Trump's wives are immigrants. 1 is buried on his golf course. Love is weird. Am I right? Ivana is an immigrant. And was she an illegal immigrant? Well, born in the Czech Republic, Ivana Trump, by her own admission, said she used a fraudulent marriage in 1971 to acquire an Austrian passport that let her emigrate to Canada. Once in Canada, she'd regularly cross the border into the U.S. to work as a model. But no one can find a work permit. On one such work trip, she met Trump, who proposed. Then she had Eric and Don Jr., who are the children of an illegal immigrant. Then you got his current wife. No, not him. Yes, Melania first came to the U.S. in August 1996. The year of the Macarena, yeah. She got here on a tourist visa that said she could stay in the U.S. for 6 months, but she can't work. Except she was paid for 10 modeling assignments, taking jobs away from good, hard-working, bulimic, vomiting American models. So yeah, she was working on a visa that didn't legally permit her to work. And thus violating immigration law. So, Barron is the son of an illegal immigrant. Well, maybe not a legal immigrant, but at least a criminal immigrant. So if you're about to be deported and you voted for this guy, good game, idiots. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Man, do I like ending with laughter. Of course, it's pretty hilarious. Man, I'm going to vote for Trump, eh? Wait, I'm getting deported? Hold on, this is bullshit. He said he was only going to deport the bad people. I can't believe it. Yeah, I know I'm going to get trouble for that voice, but I don't care, morons.
This is the darkest show I've ever written. I want you to know that up front. I am not bragging, I am warning you. There's a couple of bits in this show that will cause what I call hate clapping. You'll be like, that's well written, but goddamn. And I didn't realize I had to do the preamble until I went to Scotland. I did the Fringe Festival in Scotland. It's called the Fringe Festival. Be on the edge, man. I take the show to Scotland. I would do it every night. The Scots would laugh, and every night someone would go, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And I remember thinking, Mel Gibson is disappointed in all you people right now. So you guys ready?
Guys, don't miss Christopher Titus's brand new comedy special, Doomed to Repeat, and Rachel Bradley's new special, Beauty for Ashes, on tour now. December 20th, Knitting Factory, Spokane, Washington. December 21st, Neptune Theater, Seattle, Washington. January 10th and 11th in San Diego. January 19th in Boston. For more tickets and tour dates, go to ChristopherTitus.com.
When everybody, Christopher Titus, how you doing? Titus Podcast with me, the lovely and amazing Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
So
You're also amazing.
Yeah, I know. I'll edit that back.
I tell him all the time,
lovely
though.
is the word that comes to mind when I look upon you.
Oh, thank you. It is a glaring omission from...
You're love amazing. That's how you are. You're love amazing.
It's a combination. I don't get the whole thing. It has to be condensed.
I want to put it to make you everything.
You're
It's everything.
a pretty princess.
Pretty princess. And Chap, this table's getting wobbly, man. This IKEA table. And Chaplin's trying to get to behind you now. Can you help the dog?
I don't want to help him.
We are in a weird place. Trump, again, we've got to get him out of here. We got to get all these people out of here. There's no country in the world that lets people in. Right. We're the number one country in the world because we're based on immigration, because it's in the Constitution that we let people come here. As a matter of fact, everybody here, if you're this color, you came here from somewhere else. Your people did anyway. And I don't understand why this man keeps doing it when everyone he's been married to, except for one, actually came from another country.
Can we at least can these journalists learn from the fucking first term and his campaign and be ready for his lies?
No.
Because he clearly said, we're the only country that does it. We're not the only country. There's 36 other fucking countries. Yeah. And she didn't fucking follow. Be ready for his lies that we know he's going to say them. Talking points of this. Here's his bullshit lies.
Because we don't
fucking ready.
Because as you can see from Stephanie Rule on down, we don't have reporters anymore. Like I sit here and when I do the Armageddon update, as much as I want to be funny with them, as much as I read about what we're going to be doing. And I read about, look at, you see these talking heads on the news and they're just actors. Yep. They're not fucking journalists. Who's a journalist? Ari Melber, who's rapping?
Rachel Maddow.
Okay, Rachel Maddow is actually a journalist to the point where she's written so many books now. Steven Spielberg called her and we're going to make a movie out of this book. Like she is so well researched in history. Investigative. So Rachel Maddow is a true, real, but I think wouldn't you say she's the only one? Who else would you say?
Titus Podcast.
I like
Titus Podcast, agreed.
I like
Midas Touch.
The lady that used to work for George Bush. She was a lifelong Republican.
I do too.
Nicole Wallace.
Nicole Wallace is good. But isn't her dad?
She calls
Mike
it
Wallace?
like it is.
Oh, she was the first one I remember we were in there. Like she called Trump a chicken shit on TV flat out. I was like, what?
Awesome.
Remember that? We were like, hey, she just called him a chicken shit.
That was awesome.
So we've got Nicole Wallace, but again, I would say they're not well researched journalists. I would say, Rachel Maddow aside, even Nicole Wallace, I see a lot of talking heads, a lot of four people around him. And it's so weird to watch because when you see a Fox News and they have although I would say Gutfeld show's got a bunch of weirdos on it too. But when you see the Fox people talk, it's usually wearing suits and everybody's got suit ties and stuff like
very
that.
Shiny.
Yeah, it's very right wing. It's very hardcore, highly Hitler. And then you can see the MSNBC. It's a guy with the purple hair, a guy with a green afro,
a guy that dresses like Prince,
a lady with bigger glasses than her head. And
there was a guy last night. It was amazing that had a Tourette's, but they didn't address it because it's Democrats.
Oh, yeah.
And so as he's talking, his body is like shooting every direction and nobody's acknowledging it.
He was great when he talked, is when he didn't talk.
And when he didn't talk, she was
like,
talking, but he talked to himself while he twitched.
And he didn't curse?
No
cursing.
No,
okay.
he had learned, or they were turning off his mic in between.
yeah, that's it.
But nobody, and I told him, this is liberal media. They're not even just Yeah,
that's fine.
I will say, I listened to him.
It's a vast array.
He made some very good points, and it was also hard to listen to his good points because he was twitching maniacally. But then again, so we have a media right now to the point where they are talking. I mean, even looking at their tweets, like Stephanie Rule tweeted out this week. She tweeted out something to the effect of, "Oh my God, someone said I look really different on TV than I do in person," and I was like, you know, where the country is
I don't remember Walter Cronkite was going, I was in the Marshalls and I put a shirt on and the guy said, you're not 20. Like, well, Cronkite never would have.
Cronkite wasn't doing like being jacked
Dan Rather was never worried about what he looked like. It's just odd to me that we have these talking heads. Ari Melber, I don't know if he thinks the rap thing is cute. It is so fucking cringe at this point.
I can't take him.
It is so cringe now. And I think
he's got to stop.
And then you look at Midas Touch and you look at some of these other, and hopefully us, we want to be straightforward about here are the facts. Here's what's going on. Yep. And I watched the news.
And look good.
Yeah. Well, I don't look, I mean, we have one.
Fitbod.
We have one. We have one. We have one looking good. And even with a hat. It's crazy how you
Thank you.
I'm hiding under here.
So we have all these news shows that are owned by right-wingers. So they're all about, I was watching the ratings too. The ratings on actually Midas Touch, I think beat MSNBC and Fox.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah.
Like per show. They CNN had 286,000 viewers per show. That's incredibly low.
Yeah.
And I think even this MSNBC had 318,000.
Well,
Fox is leading, right? The number one female host is Laura Ingraham. Is that real? Or did they just say that?
Fox I think Fox just got beat by Midas Touch or got beat by Rick Wilson.
Lincoln
Project. One of them beat him in viewership, which means that the world is it's taken a long time, but the world is turning towards independent media because independent media. I love when people, and speaking of independent media, just so you know, people, nobody pays us. We have advertising. That's it. Every time we get a comment where I go after Trump or something, they go, "Oh man, the Biden administration's paying you.
Yeah, please pay us.
Please, for God's sakes, we have an address. You can make like the phone.
We can be
here's
bought.
the number. It's right under my face right now
on the website.
What are you doing? Like, send us some money. We'll go harder.
When they showed those that Russian media was paying the podcast hosts, I was like, why didn't we get contacted by the Russian?
Seriously,
people?
That would be too much of a change.
Hello?
This Putin guy, can I tell you?
Not bad.
Not
he
bad.
rides a horse really well.
You seen him without his shirt? Wow.
Yeah, how much? 2 million? What's your price? What's your price?
Ray's already got a number. See? Now, this is how little we're not getting paid. Ray has a number that she will take.
Yeah. Oh, I have a number.
That Tim Pool guy, he's getting paid. Flat out went back to a show again. And what I don't understand, and I think it's 100% because the mainstream media is owned by right-wingers, is that when some shit like that happens, when we find out that Tim Pool and these guys with 1 million followers on YouTube are getting paid by the Russian government, we go, wait, how come that guy's not A, in jail for treason, B, being investigated by the NBA, or even is he? No, he's back on the air. I think
DOJ announced an investigation into all of that RT money.
That'll be over in
January 20th.
So Fox is number
days.
one, but so they have they're all Fox headlines. That says they dominate as MSNBC and CNN collapse to embarrassing weekly lows. And then you go and look, and MSNBC is second.
MSNBC is bad, very bad.
It's so tabloidy.
It is Fox.
clickbaity.
MSNBC is second, but Fox does have a lot more viewers. But I think it's because lefties, we go to independent media. Like I would say, typically you're going to have younger people, more progressive.
It's more spread out.
Progressive caucus looking at digital media, podcasts, Midas Touch, things like that, as opposed to Fox, which is like my dad and Uncle Dennis.
I don't know how to change a TV. You didn't even seen the remote.
My dad called me to ask me how to make the font bigger.
On what? On his phone?
On his desktop.
He's not changing. He's not changing the TV.
Why would he? He only needs to go to Fox.
Oh, he also called me last week to figure out how to turn his ringer on his phone. Somehow it had turned off in his belt holder. So it clicks into.
Go to the side. Go to the side of it, and there's a switch that says ringer on.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one calls for what's the emergency?
Beeper? Puts in his belt and the cops show up.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, there's a helicopter.
Oh, life alert.
There it is. Life alert is that one.
He's fallen and he can't get up.
Grandma wore life alert around her neck.
So we are in a place now where, and the nightmare's just coming, man. I was looking at Kash Patel so Christopher Wray today said he's going to resign when Biden leaves, which I think is just best for him. I mean, people are mad. I think he should have stayed and fought it out with the Trump administration. And I thought,
Christopher Wray?
Yeah. Do you think he should have stayed until, because the FBI director gets a 10-year term. And why do they do that? Well, here's why they do that. The FBI director gets a 10-year term so he doesn't cross over. So you can't get like a president comes in and put his FBI guy in. Yeah. And a lot of it had to do with J. Edgar Hoover, that you don't want your guy in to run the FBI like your personal police force. Yeah. That's what you don't want. So the FBI director has a 10-year term, so it crosses over. And
it
Biden,
has to. Yeah.
And here's how clean, by the way, I want to be clear. When everyone says Biden's a criminal, Christopher Wray was appointed by Donald Trump. Okay.
He kept him.
Yes, Biden kept
But
Christopher Wray on.
He has a 10-year term.
Right, because Biden followed the rules.
Yeah.
And after they investigated him for 3 fucking years, they didn't find anything on him. They had to walk away. Go to last week's podcast. You can see us talk about that. So we've now got this. So Kash Patel, who I don't know, I don't even know anything about Kash Patel. I know that he lied. I know he had to get granted immunity to testify after January 6th. I know that I just don't.
We talked a little bit about.
Doesn't it feel out of control?
I like the point that Nicole Wallace made. She referenced Timothy Snyder's book, and which is about authoritarianism. It's called On Tyranny, and it's Rachel Maddow's favorite book. She's been referencing it for however many years we've had Trump in our purview, and she referenced the rule: do not cooperate in advance when there is an attempted tyrannical takeover. And she said that's what Christopher Wray is doing. He's cooperating in advance. The better thing, the more proud thing would be to be fired by Donald Trump, who appointed him.
That's what someone said on the radio today. They said, wouldn't it be kind of a stick in your feather in your cap?
His legacy would be,
he appointed me and fired me.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Do not cooperate in advance. But that goes for all of us, actually.
But you do know, and I thought this too, aren't we all fucking tired?
Yes. He is now being named Times Person of the Year for the second time.
Who is?
Donald Trump.
But he's in the running though, right?
No, he is.
He is named. God,
yes.
Jesus fucking.
He once said, if you remember, that he would never get it. They would never name it. This will be the second time. They announced it. They're going to name him on Thursday of this week. And he will be on the cover to celebrate the unveiling of that cover. Trump will also ring the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange.
You know, when Time Magazine goes the way of Trump, that is the beginning. That is the 4 horsemen are on the way. Because, that was our last sort of.
Wait, I want to be clear. So the guy whose best friend was a pedophile, the guy who was sued by a woman who said he raped him at Epstein House when he was 13, the guy who basically tried to overthrow the U.S. government, the guy who stole thousands of top secret documents, and the guy who
called the Secretary of State in Georgia and told him to find 14,780.
That guy's Times Men of the Year. I'm really glad we're teaching our kids that if you just do everything as criminally and as fucked up and evil as you possibly can, you too can be on the cover of Time magazine.
Yep. Simultaneously, Elon Musk has now become the first person to ever reach a net worth of $400 billion, because since he has been named as the first lady or whatever he is, his stock has gone up over $100 a share. $400 billion at the same time.
The irony.
He's the first lady.
Yeah.
Stephen King called him Elania.
Called him Elania.
And then got banned.
Elania. And then got kicked off. And then Elon Musk put out a tweet: if you guys call me Elania, if you start saying that I am the first lady, blah, blah, you will be taken off this platform. Remember when he bought Twitter and he said it was free speech? Remember that?
Yep.
Remember he said, it's all about free speech. Except if you talk shit about me, fuck you.
Nikola Tesla wanted to make power and electricity free for the world
in the air. Yeah.
The irony of what has, holy shit.
Nikola Tesla was actually an inventor and a genius. Elon Musk steps in and takes everyone else's idea and then actually modifies
worse than Edison.
And then fire. Yeah, he's worse than Edison. Yeah. Yes, he's worse than Edison. By the way, I don't know how long we're going to be on the air on the podcast with this. I mean, if Elon Musk got $400 billion, Trump. I mean, what, like you said, make it make sense. What happened to the planet? We're like Elon Musk is going to be on the cover of Time magazine. I'm sorry, Trump's going to be on the cover of Time magazine again.
Well, Elon will be in the background, like jumping or something.
Just sticking the eyes.
No, they'll actually redo that Time cover where that man-child was breastfeeding. Do you remember that? That cover? They're going to redo that with Elon suckling at the teat.
Oh, God.
I've never forgotten that cover. That was so traumatic. It was
barely remember it.
It was an article or a story about moms that breastfed into elementary school. I think the kid was like 10 or something.
We did that. We did
and
a
he was
graphic like
standing
that.
next to his mom, and he's actually looking at his phone at the same time.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just take the Photoshop one that he had made himself. Right? Didn't he do that?
He did a fake
one.
Before he became president, hanging in a Mar-a-Lago or one of the hotels was a fake Time magazine cover that he had made on his own.
Like you get at the carnival or something.
Never really existed. Yeah. Never. Well, so can we talk about money for a second? So it's interesting to watch Elon Musk. Now, we all think that if we had $400 billion, you can't spend that much money. You could buy everything and you still have $350 billion.
You could literally like save the world.
You can't spend it. Do you understand just the interest on it? You can't spend it.
It just keeps going.
You couldn't spend it. Yeah. So, why is he so fucking unhappy?
He's got 12 kids now.
I thought it was 10.
He just had twins.
What do you name them? X, Y, and Z? X, Y.
Not just had, but let's see. I'll get the details on this. It is after all
Flip Flop. I don't know.
The conservative party of Christianity, and
how is he going to afford all the health care for that big family? That's going to be really difficult.
12 children. That is amazing. 3 different women. That includes one child who died. I don't know if that's the trans daughter that he has disowned.
So he's claiming that she's dead now?
No, I think they actually lost a child.
All right.
Yeah, 12.
What is happening?
They all have weird AF names too, but one of the twins, I believe, is named X. And that's the one that he takes everywhere because he says he's the only one that is smart like he is. And so I guess he's kind of grooming him to take over something.
The other one's named George Foreman.
I just love, you want to hear the worst thing a father can say? I take him around because he's the only one that's smart. You other 11, good luck with therapy.
That sounds like a Ken Titus.
Like he's an Elon Titus, like literally, like he's one kid. Trans, get the fuck, you're dead to me. And then you got another.
You're being a wussy.
We got one smart one. Look at that. Out of a dozen, we got one.
Actually, the most recent was just born this year.
Holy shit.
They have not announced that baby's sex or name yet. But you can't pronounce the kids, like the one he had with Grimes.
Yeah, ZB, XB, 5 to 65 to C3PO, whatever the fuck.
They're all like planet names.
Yeah, it's R2D2.
X
Alpha
was
Centauri.
born in May of
Xerxes.
2020. That's the one he likes. And then Xa came right after. Yeah, there's a lot
By the
of...
way, that one's a dumber one. His name X. That's why it's named X.
He has built a $35 million family compound in Texas for all of his children and 2 of the mothers to live together.
Where they build cars.
They have multiple homes on the compound. $35 million compound in Texas is
massive.
$100 million.
120 here. Yeah, or more than that.
Backyard is an emerald mine.
Yep, they're all living together.
That is going back. That is going back.
Can we talk about something? Do you guys remember the 90s?
Vaguely.
Not really.
Do you remember like the 2000s? Okay, 2000s.
9/11.
So 9/11 first, but after 9/11, all right, let's go 90s then.
Okay.
So the 90s, I remember life being somewhat normal. Like you got up in the morning, you did your work. I was a comedian, and the sun came up, the sun went down. No, there was no one who had all the money.
Yeah.
Then had all the money. There was no one. The country wasn't split in two. Like you could have an argument with somebody about, and it was fun. You could drink a beer and go, Mitt Romney's a moron. And go, yeah, well, you fucking me, Clinton's stupid. Clinton, yeah. So, now we have become what we've mocked. Like that's crazy. When you tell me the richest man ever ever. I would say he's not just the richest man in the world. He's the richest man ever. Maybe they said the Carnegies, one of the Carnegie, not the Carnegie, the Carnegie.
Rothschilds?
No, one of the
rubber barons.
One of the rubber barons was worth, in today's money, $500 billion. But that's today's money. Why is Elon Musk still so fucking angry? Like you see him now, he's not happy.
Money can't buy happiness. Okay.
I mean, it's really, but it's such a cliche bullshit thing. But man, if I had 500 billion, well, I'd get rid of it. And can we go back to Mackenzie Scott though? Bezos' ex-wife, she got $45 billion. She has given away about 17 billion, and she has 54 billion. You see you can't give it away.
Yes.
So
why wouldn't you get them?
There's
give
a
it away
level of money
and
that
help.
math doesn't work anymore. I don't know what to do. We got Pete Hegseth.
Well, you can still look good even if you're really stressed out. This episode brought to you by OneSkin, company I actually love. They're doing a thing right now. We get a deal. You guys get a deal with our code and stuff, but during the month of December, they are doing a free travel size product in each week, valued up to $42 that you get for free with your purchase. And I use those travel size products. They last a long time. I use them.
Thank you.
When we carry on.
You got to put a squeegee in it.
So, it's, changes every week. The month of December, you get this for free, and it changes every week. The thing that I love about OneSkin, I use the OS1 body, I use the OS1 eye, and the OS1 face. Actually, I'm using the OS1 Prep, which is this cleanser that's in the shower right now. It is, for me, the immediate thing I notice is how soft it is, and that it doesn't have a chemical smell or any perfume smell. It's just really clean smelling, and because my skin reacts to everything.
But that's the thing, is that you react, even your arms, you're very sensitive, and you put it on. It does. I love it because it just works. I'm a dude. I'm like, oh, that's better.
Yeah.
So an all-women team, hell yeah. They are the founders, and they are all skin longevity scientists. They all are like PhDs. They developed, after testing 900 other ingredients, and found this OS1 peptide, and scientifically proved that it switches off the aging dysfunctional cells that cause lines, wrinkles, and thinning skin as you get older.
So they actually worked it out in a lab, as opposed to they just put a bunch of crap in a bottle and so you can rub it on your face.
True.
Like a lot of other stuff.
Tried over, what did it say? 900 other things until they found this. So this is a great gift for someone, male or female. He uses it. I use it. He clearly does not.
Wow.
He doesn't need to. He hides his whole face. He has a nose. That's all you can see. So it's a perfect time to try it. With every purchase this month, you get that free travel size product. Plus, you get OneSkin, which I think is worthy of it without a bonus product.
We don't let any advertisers come on the product that A, we don't use, and B, doesn't work well. Whether it's AG1, Fitbot, OneSkin has. I remember they sent it to us first. I remember we first got it. Yep. I was shocked.
I was too. Now you kind of get used to it. You're like, I'm used to this being amazing. But if I don't have it and I go off of it, right. I remember why I was shocked at first.
Turn to the Crypt Keeper after.
Yeah, exactly. So this OS1 peptide actually works at the cellular level and improves key aging biomarkers, whereas other things just mask it. I think other products I've used, they smell funny and they just sit on top. This is actually doing something. Founded by an all-woman team, I'll say it again, of these skin longevity scientists, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with this OS1 proprietary peptide, the first ingredient that has been proven in a lab to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. You can get 15% off in addition to that other deal with the code Titus at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with promo code Titus. At the end, they're going to say, where'd you hear about it? Tell them that you heard about it from us because we love it and we want them to keep advertising with us. So that's how you can show your support for us.
Another way you can show your support for us is, by the way, on Christmas Eve, we are releasing my next special, Carrying Monsters, directed by the lovely Rachel. Ken did the production on it. We shot it at the El Portal Theater. I will tell you right now, guys, listen, We do a funny podcast. The hours we put into it is worth it. We don't charge a Patreon or anything like that. We have advertisers. So we would like you to go buy this. When you go to the website, you want to basically pay for it. You can download it on Christmas Day. You can also let's say you got a friend that says, I like that Titus guy. He's kind of funny. You will download.
You made a card?
Yes.
Yes.
You'll be able to download this to put in someone's stocking. And
so
they go,
nobody has
what'd
to
you get me?
resize anything?
I got you Titus's. I got you.
That is so cute.
You do have to fold it, though.
Listen.
Uh-oh.
You do need to fold it.
Do not email us asking for instructions on how to fold it.
You don't understand it, man. It's one flat
Don't
piece
do
of
it.
paper. Okay. You can't be my friend anymore.
That's really super cute.
See,
and
so
it's signed.
We got two different ones. We got this is the original. This is the artwork. This is the book I built.
Oh, this is my favorite.
And then this one is our advertising. And so you can download this, order it for somebody for Christmas. You can download this. You can put this, fold this up, put this in their stock, and they go, "What is this?" I go, "I got you Titus's new special. We can watch it. It came out Christmas Eve."
Great idea.
Yeah.
So are they autographed?
They're all autographed. Look, and
I
there's
have
different
signed it.
versions. One, if you have a really
This is
nice printer.
I'm seeing this in real time, you guys. That's why
you
I'm
guys
not
can
faking.
actually
I'm
fold
like,
it over.
oh,
You
this
can
is
write
super
a
cute.
Christmas gift, Christmas message inside of it. And so there you go.
Happy
See?
holidays,
And-
bitches,
and
is this option.
Thank you very much for doing this.
And
So
you
guys,
can print it out in black and white,
and
too,
guys,
if you don't have color.
It's $9.99 before Christmas. It'll be $12.99 after. And I want you to know something. It is my best special. It is 90 minutes. It is, if you love Norman Rockwell's Bleeding, this one makes that, as I say in the thing, look like a Hallmark movie. It is the real stories,
You stole that.
the darkest stories I couldn't tell for a long time.
It's a great special. I wish I could give that to somebody. That's a
You can.
really cool stocking stuffer. Like that. I like the little.
You want to know how you could give it to
cover,
somebody?
But everybody, if I gave that to anybody that knows me, they'd be like, really?
I know what I'm getting you this year.
My own special?
Oh,
It's a really good one.
No, don't
Yeah.
spoil the surprise. Don't spoil
So now
it.
you can download the PDF, fold it up, write something in the card. I got you Titus's new special. We're going to laugh. I'm going to make you laugh for 90 minutes. Go to
That's a
ChristopherTitus.com.
great idea.
Get that special. Don't fuck around. It's you want to support the podcast? Support us. We did the special. We paid for it, and we produced it ourselves. And I will say this. I love Zero Side Effects. Is probably one of the highest quality specials we've done.
Yeah.
This ranks up there, guys. Chip Foose, friend of mine,
We
Chip
talked
Foose,
about this last week. a lot.
design the set. It's beautiful.
It is
We're going to talk
insane.
about it every week until it goes.
Yeah,
We're so-
yeah,
I just
we're-
mean, we did. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remembered, but we
Yeah.
did. I told people to go look at the pictures.
It's crazy. And it's weird because he did it. We still have it right here. I'm looking at the bar right here, and it's unbelievable. So go to ChristopherTitus.com, get the special. There you go. That's the second commercial today.
It doesn't come with wheels or
No,
like
you're not getting any Foose merch.
bumpers
No
or anything.
Foose merch
So
comes with it. You
it's-
just get
yeah.
me. And know that Chip Foose and I argued while we were building the set. Stop. No, it's
but not
gonna
like
be
a
right.
real argument. They got the guy that killed the United
Yep.
Healthcare
What
CEO,
did he yell? What did he yell?
Luigi Mangione,
Luigi Mangione.
arrested in Pennsylvania.
Hey, he's got no prior charges, but he happened to hit a guy 3 out of 3. I don't know.
26.
I think maybe he knows someone in the DA's office. You know what I mean? Really.
Ties to, they first announced it, San Francisco and Honolulu. Not usually where you hear
Not
ties
the mob.
to.
Yeah, not the mob. Yeah.
And then, he, I think, lived in Maryland, right?
Wasn't he wealthy?
Somewhere?
Wasn't his family really wealthy?
super wealthy. Yeah.
They now
is that
have
true?
fingerprints. They've matched fingerprints on the water bottle and the kind bar that was left near the scene.
Remember, we thought he was some hitman. We thought he was some genius
Yes,
hitman. He's just lucky, dumb lucky.
Well, he's a dude
That's-
who
That's the stuff he bought from Starbucks, the kind bar and the water. Then he leaves it. We thought he was like a contract killer. He gets recognized. They're able to put his picture everywhere
Yep.
because he pulls that mask, that whatever that is, face mask down to flirt with a girl in Starbucks. If you see the pictures of him smiling, his charming
He's
smile,
flirting.
she came forward and said that he was hitting on her.
a lot of baristas.
So that's about right.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
a
you
good-
know what? I just
that's a good
killed a guy
defense.
and got away with it. You know, maybe
But you know
I can get this woman to shake my hand or something. Maybe I can get it free. So they got him. What was he screaming as they were taking him? He started screaming something.
Yeah, something, about
Do you have
Something
it?
like he had it coming.
yeah,
Something like that.
but he was talking about corporate
Yes. like
green
Americans.
corporate
I
America.
did it for Americans.
Yes,
But
yes,
didn't
yes,
he
yes.
have
Something like that.
didn't he have a back issue? Like he was a surfer and stuff, and he had a big back
Yeah.
problem, and they operated on him, and he's always in pain now.
And he had like titanium pins in his
he's
back or
already
something.
he's always in pain now. We can talk about healthcare, man. Healthcare is like the way.
He's they don't really have it all yet, but he had some sort of manifesto in his backpack, little notebook.
You can actually store the manifesto on a computer. You don't need to carry it with you.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty good evidence when you like get stopped out of the Starbucks after you've left fingerprints that you shouldn't have the manifesto in the backpack.
Your whole story and admission.
By the way, yeah. Here, I just brought my confession.
My diary is
no,
here.
No, I don't need to sign it. Here, just take this.
He's an
Just take this one.
Ivy League graduate too.
Yeah.
The notebook says, "What do? Here's the section of it. You whack the CEO at the annual parasitic bean counter convention. It's targeted, precise, and doesn't risk innocence."
See, he didn't want to hurt anybody, except for the guy he killed.
For the guy.
Murder is wrong, people.
Murder is wrong.
Murder is wrong.
Well, that's like a whole thing that's
But I wish someone
happening
would
right
tell
now.
the healthcare companies that.
Yeah, right.
That's what's a big thing happening right now on social media is people saying, yeah, good, he got what he deserved. A lot of that kind of dark, sick gloating. There have been GoFundMes, people offering him money. They've named him, what was the nickname?
Gonna be on the cover of Time magazine.
Yeah.
Cover of Time magazine.
Something like the Avenger. He's got a superhero presence online now. Like, people have lost their minds.
Well, it really does speak to how bad the healthcare system is killing people and killing us financially and killing us just outright.
I get pissed every month at the bill.
We say this. Good
Every
morning.
bill.
Hey, did you make our coffee yet? We need universal healthcare.
Well, it's hard, man. Again, as I say before, there's only 32 out of 33 countries have figured out how to do it. So it's impossible.
And we
I
always
get it.
we feel like we're not making any headway. And Trump has concepts of a plan after 59 years.
Here's why here's two things I understand. Number one, the fish rots from the head down. Currently, right now, we've elected the darkest, most evil prick as president. We've got a guy who's literally, we know he's a rapist. He's a convicted felon. He's an insurrectionist. He is a traitor. He wants to bury the Constitution, and people voted for him. So there's a darkness in the world.
Yep.
I also believe on the other side of that, in that reaction to that darkness, you can't continue to be Polly Pureheart. At one point, you have to go, well, the only way to fight this, Michelle Obama, thank you for when they go low, we go high. Mm-hmm. But at one point, you got to go.
We go silencer.
Yeah. We go silencer. So at one point, you got to go low with them because that's the only way you're going to beat them. This going high thing hasn't worked. And I think, I'm not calling for anything except for I understand that when you see a billionaire CEO, your grandmother, your grandfather, your aunt, your uncle, somebody died because there was a 2-week wait on getting the insurance approved because they wouldn't approve the medication that would have saved your grandfather or your father or your mother. When you get these insurance companies, we dealt with one last year. It was USAA, right? Mm-hmm. USAA, worst insurance company. Guy came in, their own adjuster came in, said after those big storms and said, your house is messed up. We need to fix these things. Gave the bill. They denied it. We then spent how many hours were you on the phone?
I want to say I don't understand. I don't want to be silent and that seem like I'm agreeing. I don't understand.
I don't understand him killing the guy. I don't understand it. I don't understand it in the sense I understand people's anger.
Yeah.
I understand people's people are
anger.
Angry.
Yeah.
Separately.
But he's also crazy. This guy, he's crazy.
He apparently had he had back surgery and had
you can be angry.
And
you can be angry and not kill a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that
he's
is usually how that goes.
He's obviously crazy.
Or not. He might not be crazy. He's definitely angry. He was turned in by a McDonald's worker in Pennsylvania, and now McDonald's is getting dragged. They've gone online and posted heinous reviews of McDonald's. It's like 1 star.
It took this to get heinous reviews at McDonald's? Have you eaten McDonald's? I saw a video recently where a woman took a hamburger out of a box she had for 24 years and it looked like a new hamburger.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah. So it took this long for our McDonald's to get a bad review?
Yes. This episode brought to you by Mando.
Currently wearing it right now.
Currently, actually, yeah, you were looking for that the other day.
Yeah, I
were in the bathroom going, "Where's my Mando?"
I'm a convert.
And I was like, "Wow, it must work." So Mando, they have several different products. I'm not going to open with "Do Your Balls Stink" again this time. It's a whole body deodorant, safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, balls, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, feet, you name it, you can put it there. Created by a doctor who saw how BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated.
Thigh folds?
Clinically proven to block odor all day. If you don't know what that is, congratulations. And control odor for up to 72 hours after you put it on.
Can confirm it works. I come out here and I was working on, actually I did two things. I worked on the car all day, worked on the wagon, was cleaning up. Then I went after and I did back and shoulders and got done, drove home, and I was realizing by that usually at the time when I'm sweating, I did my workout here at the shop. I get home and I'm like, I got to get in the shower now. I was like, it's not bad. So it's not based on what every other deodorant for 1,000 years has been based on, right? There's no aluminum in it.
There's no baking soda. There's no parabens. It's definitely, and they have different scents that you can choose from or unscented. They have the solid deodorant stick, I think is what you've been using. Yep. They have the spray deodorant that's aluminum free and good for harder to reach places. If you can't, you just...
How do you know your balls stink? That's what I want to know. I want to know exactly what research team went in to give you the report.
Somebody has to tell you. Somebody needs to report back.
But how does that come up in conversation? Hey, one thing that was great. Here's something I want to tell. I need to tell you this.
We need to talk.
What do you like about Mando personally?
I like
your son.
You can
hug your son now.
Yes. Well, I can live in my apartment now because there's not a nuclear bomb that goes off. No, it really works. He's a 14-year-old and he's always playing VR. And damn, he comes out dripping, like sweaty.
Really?
But he still smells like the clean candle smelling bathroom.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it really works.
What is he playing with VR that he gets all sweaty? What's he doing? Like tennis or something?
He plays this game called Gorilla Tag, where he's just, his shoulders are jacked from it and he's sweating like crazy.
Wow.
It's like Ready Player One, like I never see him anymore. I go in there, I'm like, hey, are you hot? Okay.
He's at that age where he's separated.
Bye, Dad, forever. Bye, Dad.
No, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be 35 in a divorce and broke, but he'll be back.
But he'll smell good. Mando's starter pack, that's what Wyatt started with, is perfect for new customers because it has all of it. It comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, mini body wash, deodorant wipes you pick, and you get free shipping. As a special offer, offer listeners. I read those words quickly. As a special offer for listeners, new customers will get $5 off the starter pack with promo code Titus. It's like over 40% off of your whole order, and you get free shipping if you use promo code Titus. Shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Same thing at the end. You can support us they'll ask you, where'd you hear about it? Tell them you heard about it at Titus Podcast.
Or you can support us by going to ChristopherTitus.com and buying the new special.
And get the special.
There you go.
Smell fresh or stay dry or boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. I like that rhymes, guys.
There's a jingle.
I like it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Are we all fed up?
Yes.
No. I mean, are we seriously? Like, I get why Christopher Wray left. Since you brought it up, I've been thinking what you said about how on tyranny, how you never. What did you say? Never.
Don't cooperate in advance.
Don't cooperate in advance. And I also thought, well, Christopher Wray knows Donald Trump, knows what he's willing to do. He's going to come in the second term, as I said, with no guardrails, and it's his second term, so let's say he's not going to take the country over. Let's say he's just going to go for it. He's going to go crazy because there's nothing. What are they going to? He can't run again. So he's just going to go. He's just going to go. I know.
Silly Constitution.
I'm so innocent, aren't I? But Christopher Wray maybe just thought, I have a family, I have a life, I have a wife, I have, and I'm just going to tell him I'm leaving now. So I'm out of the target range. And that's how the Nazis took over Europe.
It is concerning that the head of the FBI doesn't want to put up that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The guy who is like, his job is putting up fights, right?
So let's do a couple of these. Do not obey in advance. Number 2 is defend institutions, like the FBI that they're going to blow up, the DOJ that they want to blow up, media that they have a hit list for.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow's going to jail.
He has specifically
Said,
truthed
yes.
about, which is such an ironic verb for Donald Trump.
Yes.
That she should go to prison. So defend institutions. And he has attacked all of our institutions, law enforcement, beware the one party state.
Regulatory institutions. He's going after banking institutions. They're trying to break down the banks with Bitcoin. They are actually going FBI, like you said, DOJ, the health department, every education department, So do you guys know? And so I went to my dentist again this week, and I said, I think I talked about this on the thing. Didn't I bring up my dentist? Say we're heading that way. He said to me, he goes, I can't believe we have to do that. I'm going to go through this again. And he goes, I went through it in Russia.
He came here to get away from it.
I go, what's going to happen next? And he just said, chaos.
Oh, great.
He said, chaos happens next. And I thought, fuck.
Be more what day? Can we be more specific?
I know, but the weird thing about him is though, like, he's such a good dude, and he's so pragmatic. As I talked about him in Zero Side Effects, when he says something like that, it's not maybe chaos. It's like, oh no, okay, I've been through this chaos. Next is chaos. Yeah. And what's going to happen is, and I believe what Ray said is true. Keep going on the list, by the way. You defend institutions, but how if he puts all his people in church? How do we defend institutions? Protest, angry. I mean, Singapore showed us. South Korea.
Vote to represent you in your state.
We're over past.
And if they're in office, calling them constantly, sending letters, they ultimately report to us, and we're the ones that will put them back in or not. That's something Donald Trump doesn't do, hasn't even tried to do. He certainly has tried to primary people that he didn't like, and it didn't work most of the time.
Didn't work. But South Korea, like they showed us. So what happened when South Korea is that their leader, there's another faction in the government was getting a little salty, and he was like, I'm going to shut it down before it happens, and I'm going to take over. He declared martial law. People went batshit. They went batshit. 7 million workers did not show up for work the next day. And that means all the people that run the industry were like, hold on, whoa, we can't make money now. Yep. And that's where it lies.
The problem is here, well, first of all, we have the biggest military on the planet, and the red state military is going to be invading the blue states, and that is a recipe for a real
Is that
violent.
What you really think is going to happen?
That's what they're saying. That's what what's his name? Tom Homan is saying.
What?
That red state Homeland Security or Texas, military, whoever, is going to invade blue states if they don't comply with whatever
that would require people like my brother with Homeland Security to attack fellow citizens.
So again, we have to rely on people within the system to protest.
But we don't have that now. You're very right. So it's what you said though. So if you can get someone to believe absurdities, you can get them to commit atrocities. That's an old quote. So when you say there's people in our life that are right wing, and just so you know, they're not mean, evil people. But they flat out believe. Mm-hmm. And the problem is, all he has to do is, and I saw him do it. I saw him do it in an interview 2 days ago. He goes, the crime rate is out of control. It's the highest crime rate we've ever had. Actually, the crime rate has been falling. It's lower than it was when he was in office. It's lower. The border crossings have dropped. Yeah. They're lower than when he was in office. Right. And he keeps lying. So all he has to do is go, people in California are killing babies. People in California are this. People in California are this.
It's already working to an extent like that.
But that's what I'm saying. So you'll definitely get the military to go, we got to go take California. Why? Because...
But that's unconstitutional. Regardless.
You're so cute.
I would argue, my niece, who's now retired, she's a veteran from the Marine Corps.
That's my cousin. Is it?
She said... Well, no, I don't. I was just going to say something she said.
I'm
Not
just-
that I have this.
No.
And you're like, I do too.
No. I was meaning it like.
She
I know them.
said, I think you underestimate the people in the military. She said, certainly, yes, there might be some. She said, but in my experience, there is not a chance in hell that he's going to be able to get the full military to attack fellow citizens. She doesn't believe it. I don't know.
He also signaled, he gave a little clue, like during this first interview back, he kept saying judges. You know it's on his mind. And what it sounds like he's meaning is, he knows there's going to be legal battles to get all these things through. So he's going to try to get some judges out, install some new judges, so he can first sort of take it down legally, so that he can make
He's already
headway.
stacked judges.
He did that in his first term, and he got the Supreme Court stacked. So let's say all the other judges rule against him. He knows at this point all he's got to do is keep going, appeal the Supreme Court. He knows he's going to win.
Yep.
Like he really doesn't have to get any more judges. Once, because he's the appellate, because Biden has put in like an amazing amount of judges, lifetime appointments.
Yeah, he's filling now, like really, he was close to Trump's number. I don't know if he's gone past that.
So it doesn't matter though if you got the Supreme Court.
That's what I think. I think everything ends up in the Supreme Court.
Right.
So all of this underneath is just going to be inconsequential ultimately.
Silver lining. You asked
finally.
Our first podcast after Trump won. You said, "What's the silver lining? Where is it?" Okay, so maybe we can point out some things. There's some cracks that we can punch through. Joe Manchin and someone else just put forth a bill for term limits on Supreme Court justices.
That ain't gonna happen.
I know, but this is we're looking for silver linings.
Okay.
Also, there's a few of these nut jobs that are saying some things that we on the left have been saying. So if they're going to just destroy the entire system, like Elon Musk said.
So I have a conspiracy theory about
Elon
this.
Musk said what?
Go ahead. Now I know where he's going with
The
this.
military budget
Keep going.
is too high.
Yep.
And of course, we've been saying, yes, of course it is. Of course it is. And like we talked about last week, whatever, RFK, there's some things I agree with that RFK says. Yeah, our food is shit. We've been saying that too.
Well, what he wants to do. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
But there's other crazy shit.
But I have a theory though.
Okay, go.
All right. So I was driving in today and I was thinking of this. I'm like, because the reason. So Elon Musk had a problem with electric cars. Here's the problem he had. Number one is that it was a very lefty thing. Like if you wanted to adopt a left car, people were like, guys with diesel trucks went out of their way to roll coal on a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys, okay, so it's well hated. Donald Trump saying drill, baby, drill. I keep thinking, why the fuck is Elon Musk? Trump is saying flat out, we're going to drill more oil. We're going to, they're forcing electric cars on us. First of all, no one forced an electric car. I mean, no one forces you to buy the car that's expensive. Yeah. So what if Elon Musk, again, by the way, I know this isn't true, but it's an interesting movie idea. What if Elon Musk made 4-dimensional chess at this point? He's like, well, I've already, so I can't get a huge chunk of the country because they're gas people. But if I join the right wing guy, then I'll have people go, well, let's look at them Teslas. Let's look at them Teslas. Why? Well, this fucking guy likes Trump. You know what? Let's drive one.
So he's our mole?
So wait.
Okay, go ahead.
So there's that. He also knows that Trump may not give a shit about NASA and going to Mars. He couldn't give a shit about it. Right? If anything, Trump's going to try to divert money somewhere else. So he's like, I need to protect. Yeah, he made new uniforms. So let's say, okay, this is my crazy theory. So Musk is playing 4-dimensional chess. That's why he's at his right side, so he can help influence him and make it better.
This is not the truth, by the way.
This is not the truth at all. This is my conspiracy theory.
I hope this is,
please. So he covers all his bases. He covers all his bases when Trump's about to slam the thing on EVs. He goes, no, don't. Why would you do that? Why?
His stock was also abysmal given how much he manipulated it, and now it's skyrocketing.
Yeah, but I also think that's dumb people too. So let's just say this is my conspiracy theory. So he covers his ass with NASA. He covers his ass on all the space contracts. He covers his ass on all the contracts he has for the satellite for Skylink. He covers his ass on all the EV stuff. He pretty much guarantees he's not going to lose a dime.
He just doesn't cover his belly.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. Okay. On top of that, you got a guy who's in the right, he's going to make sure he's got 12 kids. He's like, well, I don't want the fucking world to end because it doesn't matter how much money I have if the world ends. So What if they don't want to bomb the compound in Texas? What do you know if Putin sends a bomb over? So what if because remember the first time he was on the board and he quit?
Yes.
Remember the first time he was on the board and he quit? Now he's literally the vice president right now.
Yeah.
He's an unelected vice president, is he? So what if Elon Musk was like going, just covering all the bases? And then you got RFK who's saying, now, and here's where everybody's screwed. RFK said, except for the people that eat food, RFK said he wants to cut back corn production because we use high fructose corn syrup. So he said he wants to cut all that down and stop putting that in our food. And I heard that and I was like, thank God. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
He also thinks that, brain worms, and he wants vaccines and you should all drink raw milk even though it gives you listeria, whatever. So you said, what if these were just guys that decided the guy's dumb enough to believe us?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go kiss his ass. Let's get our shot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do what we can to actually help.
Mm-hmm.
What does Elon Musk need? More money?
Right. Why is he doing this?
So
right.
I know it's not the truth, but what a fun thing that would be.
Boy.
If in 4 years we were like, holy shit, Elon Musk shanked him.
Speaking of miracles, this episode brought to you by Miracle Made.
That might have been the best.
That was probably the best.
Wow.
Mark this day. The
This
best
is a
segue.
great time, not just summer for Miracle Made sheets, because it's cold outside, you've got your heat going, and that just jacks with everything happening under those sheets.
Sinuses, everything.
Everything. So if you wake up too hot or too cold in the middle of the night, highly recommend you try out Miracle Made's bed sheets. So they were inspired by NASA, and they use silver infused fabrics that are temperature regulating. So you sleep at the perfect temperature all night long.
Fabrics?
I also heard myself say temperature. I sounded like Grandma Jean. Temperature. They have self-cooling properties for better quality sleep.
Yeah,
They are self-cleaning. Now, this is the most fascinating
So
thing
explain this
because
to
of
us.
the silver. They're infused with silver. That prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, which leaves them cleaner and fresh 3 times longer. So you don't get those weird odors when
You
you
hear
have
that,
a boy
dogs
in
that
the
sleep
bed
with us?
and the
Yeah.
dogs in the bed. Also, they're really luxuriously comfortable.
Yep.
They're really nice sheets, but they don't have that high price tag of other luxury brands. And designed for your skin, because if they're self-cleaning, you're not sleeping on bacteria, which clogs your pores and gives you acne. So you can actually sleep cleaner with these, which is nice.
Yeah, Bacteria Sheets is one of the companies we would not advertise for. They're horrible.
Yeah. So go to trymiracle.com/Titus. Great Christmas gift, by the way. To try these sheets today, whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift. If you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Titus at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and get an additional 20% off. They're so confident in the product. This is something that we love. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied, they'll give you a full refund. You won't want to send them back. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Titus, promo code Titus, to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Trymiracle.com.
Great gift.
Titus.
That's a great gift.
Well, we travel all the time, and we stay in these hotels where the sheets have been slept on by the population of a small continent.
Yep.
And
They are definitely bacteria sheets.
We get home. We got into a hotel this last week, and the pillows smelled like
Head. They smelled like head.
like someone else's head. It was
Kept me awake.
Or they smell like a pool.
We
A
actually
lot.
I went and
have
got the
a super
towels and we laid them
sniffer,
across.
which is unfortunate. And I can smell everything. And it was a nice hotel, but when people have head oil seepage,
Like
it
middle school
goes
kids.
through the pillowcase
Yes.
into the pillow. So my niece's ex, when he would stay, I would then have to take the pillows and wash them on hot with bleach. And then I started just putting those pillows on the bed when he came. But he's gone now. So those pillows are too. But anyway, yeah, it was gross. He had to
Ray
put towels on the
will
pillows.
burn stuff after we have guests if need be.
Totally, I would do the
She'd
same.
be like, guess what? We're not. You remember those pillows you love? They're gone now.
Yeah.
we got new pillows.
Yeah.
Why? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
New Miracle Made sheets on the bed. Why?
Yeah.
Because so and so stayed over.
Yep.
So I ordered a new set.
Yep.
It's not great.
I'm not going to smell head in my hallway every time I walk by the guest bedroom.
You know what I used to?
If I don't have to.
I remember when the kids were little, and I would walk into whatever, like kindergarten through third grade class, and before they got self-aware of anything at all. You know, when at fourth grade is when they started to go, oh God, there's girls here. I better take a shower. Or Dad would like, what do you stink? I remember every time I would go pick the kids up, I was like, what is that smell?
Yeah.
It's hard to pinpoint.
Yeah.
What is going on?
You need to be like a police investigator
It's
when
like
they
just
find a
hard.
dead body.
Just feet and boogers and like dirty skulls. Like,
food and-
what happened? Yeah, exactly. What is that crust on your lip? What crust on my lip? It's like kids are just horrible. It's always funny when parents. I remember parents when I was growing up didn't tolerate us. They didn't tolerate. We were annoyances.
Yeah.
We were not special little crystal, beautiful little sparkly things. We were like, hey,
Leave, go out and play, and come back when it's dark.
in a store. Shut up, or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was never any. He's just being himself.
Don't come back until the sun goes down.
Yes.
And then she would lock the glass door and stare at me and go.
Yeah.
Go.
Put a sandwich through the mail slot. Just here's your lunch. Shut up.
Sandwich. Oh.
You got a sandwich.
It was
We
a cheese
loved
sandwich.
it. I loved it.
Fend for
We would
yourself.
get on
What are you
our
doing?
bikes.
We're drinking out of the creek.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Oh, the hose. Drink right out of the hose.
Oh, yeah,
God, it
of
tastes like metal.
course, Yeah.
Yeah.
And other things.
And I hate to be that old, but the child worship thing has got to stop, man. Carlin talked about it a long time ago, but it's got to stop because they're not special. You won't know they're special until they hit their 20, 26, 27.
They're
You're like,
actually awful. There
you go.
My niece was over last night with we adore this baby, Seamus. And
shamelessly.
I was telling her she's went on a date with a guy. I want to be careful of how I characterize this. Went on a date with a guy, and I said, does he live on his own or does he have a roommate? And she goes, he has a roommate. She goes, but I have a roommate too, Seamus, who's 9 months old. And I said, yeah, and your roommate is loud, parties all night, vomits and poops everywhere,
Takes some crazy
steals
naps.
food,
Yeah.
like
makes trouble, screams.
Very immature.
Screams.
really
yes.
screams, cries, whines for everything he wants.
Shits himself.
It's sometimes sideways out of his diaper. Her roommate is definitely
Horrible. Like if you had to list what you didn't like in a roommate,
that would
needs
be
to be carried everywhere.
Yes.
Because he's like he's a little drunk guy.
I said that he acts like some of the crackheads on the corner when you get off on our exit. It's very similar behavior, and he's going through noises right now, so he'll just randomly like scream at the top of his lungs for fun because he's working on new sounds. Like, do you remember that with Wyatt when they go through different?
he found he found that one. Then we have a video
There's
of him
a
just
new
going.
Oh,
Which is
God.
like, oh, dude.
And
it's
he's
not
in a
good one.
walker, and you can't see her, but she goes, "What are you not doing?" And the walker is banging off the walls, and he's going, bouncing off. And then she goes, "Sleeping! You're not sleeping!" And at the end, after that, he pauses, looks at her, and then goes, and bangs something off the. I mean, he's out of control. Kids are.
And he's a boy.
He's all boy. Yeah.
He's all boy.
He's very
There's
boy.
a funny one where she took it. I guess she was in the bathroom taking a shower, and she's got her phone in there. And he comes into the shower and just puts his hand on the tub, and he's looking up at her, and she just goes. You just hear her go, "Can I help you?" It's such a funny thing to say to a 9-month-old that is just barely
She
standing on the
can't
tub.
take a shower.
Can
alone.
I help you?
We've got a photo of Wyatt when he was little of him just protesting and just on this disgusting like public carpet, just face down, arms, just like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Like he's drunk,
Like
on the
full
floor.
out, like Kent State. He's just like,
He's just
take me away.
I'm done.
My mom would leave us. She'd go,
Yeah.
okay.
My dad too.
And I remember in the grocery store, she would just wheel away. And I remember pitching a fit and then looking up and she was gone.
Wow, so you did have some of our same.
She was not going to give me an audience for that.
We got left in stores where just all of a sudden we no dad,
Yeah.
and then he would just be out front. I go next time I drive away. Next time I drive away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He made sure that you felt panic.
We got kicked out, and the police had to show up to the house. My mom came home at
You
like
got kicked
midnight.
out of what?
Well,
Of the house?
I was like, 5.
Oh, your dad kicked you out?
My
At
dad kicked us.
5?
I was 5. My older sister was 7, and he was like mad for something. And he said, we kicked us out of the house into the night, like midnight. My mom comes home from her night shift, calls the cops.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
Cops show
on
up,
him?
Squad cars
or
come
looking
up.
for you?
I think looking
Did
for
she
us.
know he kicked you out?
Yeah.
So she called him
She
on
was
him.
aware.
Yeah.
And find my kids.
Right, exactly. It was a
Took my feral children because they are roaming they're probably eating stray cats at this point.
We were in the bushes for like 6 hours, and then just hiding because it was night and it was not a great neighborhood at that time.
And you did not want to go back in there.
Yeah, no, he was abusive, drunk.
He was drinking,
so
right?
we went to our neighbor's house. Really nice guy. Hung out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that guy was like this asshole.
Yeah.
But
The whole neighborhood knew our house was just like this family.
So you're the house I talk about with the Aerosmith Rocks banner.
Yeah,
in the
nothing
window.
cool in the house
did
like
you
that.
do
but-
it to his chair again? Did you lower his chair again?
Yeah, he does.
You lower it every
I
time.
didn't touch it.
And when
It's
I look
probably
at the
falling on
two
that-
of you together, you're so much higher.
Really?
And he looks like he's at a kid's desk. Like,
the kids' table.
that's one of his ongoing bits.
That
Now
is-
you're like gigantic.
That is fucked up. I didn't realize that. I was
Do you
like,
see how low
so,
you were?
listen, this mic is weird now.
This episode brought to you by Helix, another company that definitely falls in line with us talking about hotel beds, crappy
The
hotel
mattress, yeah.
beds.
These
Oh my
the
gosh.
mattresses that Helix that we got from Helix is so we have a Tempur-Pedic. We had a Tempur-Pedic on our bed. We're using the Helix now. I got to tell you, man. Again, I can go back to staying in hotels. You stay in hotels all the time. You are sleeping on a mattress that 50,000 people have slept on, and like it's got tags from like the 30s on it. Like they've never switched.
You're going to shoot a healthcare
And then you come
Springs
home.
in your
And then
back.
you come home. You got the Miracle Made sheets on the Helix mattress, and here's Ray and I do when we get home after a road trip. It's like,
Yeah.
and sleep.
We have a mattress from the Lux collection. So here's the thing I love about Helix too, is that you can go to their website and click on which mattress is right. That's what I did. And you put, is it 1 or 2 sleepers? And they don't offer 4. And then they'll ask like side sleeper, back sleeper. What about the other person? Do you have pain? Where's the pain? And they go through this whole thing. And then it generates the best mattress for you, which is pretty wicked. So I have back pain now, which sucks, but this is something that really helps with that a lot.
You have been sleeping better. I will say that you have been sleeping better.
And waking up in less pain, which is really nice too. So I think what you should do, the best way to go learn about this product or these products, because there are several different kinds, is to go take that test and just see what it tells you should have, because they're also all constructed differently. What they're made of, is it
the layers of foam, the way that,
is it springs and foam, like
the way
it's
they layer it, yeah.
all based on you and or your partner and how you sleep and issues that you have. So right now they are doing 20% off and 2 free pillows for all mattress orders, which is cray. Go to helixsleep.com/Titus. I highly recommend you go and take that test and give this a shot. I think you're going to be kind of blown away.
Everybody can be like Princess and the Pea with their mattresses.
We kind of are.
What I love about Helix and a lot of the new companies, whether it's AG1 and everything, is that the internet has given us this thing where it's a democratic product thing. Like what happens now is like it used to be like there was 3 TV stations. The people that could afford to advertise put their product out there, and that's what you bought.
Yeah.
Now, because of the internet and everyone's on their phone all the time, I see stuff all the time. I'm like, what is that? And I look it up, then I check reviews and I see what people say. And there's many things I bought because the reviews are bad.
Yep.
There's many things. I mean, I haven't bought because the reviews are bad, and there are many things I bought because the reviews were excellent. And it's really interesting that the one where democracy really lives currently is in capitalism. If you think about it, we whether it's Rivian. So I'll tell you this: I had a Tesla for 5 years.
I just wanted. So are you?
Oh,
is that going to tie in?
I thought you were done.
Oh no, I just wanted.
Oh, but they can So yeah, sorry, you
you
weren't
were
done.
starting to.
So the mattress. So now you got these companies that can take They don't need this big advertising budget. They don't need a giant factory because and they can actually, these smaller companies can actually focus on the quality like Helix did and then put something out that everybody likes. And then that's how they grow the company based on that.
Through word of mouth.
Yes. Yes.
So basically they tracked this, and you can too if you use like your Apple Watch or whatever to track your sleep. 82% of participants saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle. Participants on average achieved 25 plus more minutes of deep sleep per night and 39 more minutes of overall sleep per night. Also, 74% of people had a reduction in back pain. I mean, it's and tailored to you. So I think I was looking to try and remember the name of ours, but I think it's the Midnight Lux, and it's pretty awesome. 82% had improved sleep. So go check it out. Go to helixsleep.com/Titus and you'll get that 20% off and 2 free pillows for every mattress order.
I think back to the point I was saying is that, so now you can be small companies that focus on quality, focus on something amazing, then word of mouth can make them a bigger company as opposed to you used to have this giant company to put something out that everybody had to buy because
and you don't have to cut in like Sears or whatever to like, put your product in front of customers. Now you can go direct to customer. You get a better product for the same or less.
Yeah, and if you do a good video of it, it's going to go blow up. Yeah. So we're losing democracy in our lives, in our country, but we're gaining democracy and capitalism, which is pretty interesting. It's interesting.
I wish we could have both, but okay.
Well, the problem is we still got. They looked at him. They looked at him online too, and they realized that's my guy. I love that he got 43% of the Latino.
That's word of mouth breathers.
But yeah, word of mouth breathers. Nice. That's impressive.
All right, we'll put that
that's
on
good.
The card or something.
Word of mouth breeders.
The Assad regime, which apparently we might not be saying right, Assad regime is over. Who knows what's going to
brutal dictator. Him and his father
into...
both brutal dictators. They basically ran the country like an autocracy.
It was a narco state, actually. Yep. A new video is showing that they opened this large warehouse near the back of a military division. Yep. Did you see this?
Cocaine.
Well, yeah, but like the cheap
cocaine.
Yeah, cheap cocaine. Not even the goods.
It was all packaged in blue packages. Just said cocaine on it. No. Yeah, no.
In English.
No country of origin.
It's called poor man's cocaine, actually. It's got amphetamines in it. Like you need more energy from your
I just love
cocaine.
that there's so much. What's poor man's cocaine? No, I need rich man's cocaine.
Piles of pills.
So that's where he was making all his money. And Assad was a bad guy. So what happened? The country, there was a rebel group that started. Here's the problem. Who was propping Assad up? Iran and Russia. So Russia,
which is where he is now.
Russia has now decimated their troops because of the Ukraine war, and Iran is out of control because Iran's been fighting Israel. So what happened is that all of a sudden Assad, who was basically depending on these guys to protect his ass, they were gone. So some people just got together and decided we're going to attack. They attacked. Took over. He bailed, like all dictators. Dictators. You never see a dictator at the end with a sword going, "I will go down with the ship." He's like,
real strong
Putin,
man.
Putin, I need Putin. And so he left, and now, as a vacuum. Power abhors a vacuum because now it's going to get filled with we don't know who.
Yeah.
But at least we know that guy was a bad guy. Now we just got to either deal with the new bad guy but they said the new group was like trying to include everybody.
Well,
usually,
we'll see.
We install the new bad guy, don't we? We typically we put the new bad guy. Oh, we don't do that anymore.
But Trump said we shouldn't get involved in Syria, which is like that seems kind of odd. That meal because he pulled all of our troops out of Syria when and didn't we? So we just abandoned the Kurds and they got slaughtered. Mm-hmm. So we were helping Syria. Now we're not because Turkey's fighting Syria and he's got a Trump Tower in Turkey. What's crazy to me is that nobody is up in arms. Doesn't it feel hopeless? No one's up in arms that we basically got a guy with Musk has 300 government contracts. He's now the right-hand man of the president.
And his stock is
we've got...
the group that took down Assad is considered by the United States and other countries a terrorist organization. So...
But didn't he come out and say that I want to reform our country to be about peace and love? Something like that. Like it was a complete flip.
Assad?
The guy who's now
he did. He said we want to include everybody, something like that. They said it started originally with ISIS, I believe, and then they split off in their own faction. I think what you have to realize is, man, we have to learn history. We got to know history. If you don't know history, you're going to make the same, as I say in my new show. It's like watching your ancestors put a penny in a light socket. Oh, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So,
which is interesting, would explain why these right-wingers are denying the Holocaust now.
Yeah.
So they don't need to learn from history. It didn't happen. What are you talking about? It's not like this. That was made up.
That is a good point about, it's a cop-out. It's like a lazy, if it didn't happen, I don't need to know anything about it.
I don't have to think about that. It's not real.
I don't need to think about that.
And I can act on my base monkey instincts if I don't know about it.
Right.
What they don't understand, and the 43% of Hispanics that voted for Trump, what they don't understand is that he got elected by all the white people by pointing at the Hispanics going, they're the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And so that you voted for him seems a bit insane to me. But okay. And so and he had you guys in camps last time. He said he's going to separate families this time.
That was his first trial run. Imagine what it's going to be.
Imagine
like
now that he's like, I worked out the bugs.
Yeah. With no guardrails. Yeah.
Steve Miller's back. And we have 40 something days, maybe 40 days, less than 40 days now before he takes over. And I got to be honest, scared out of my mind, going to fight till the end.
I really wished Biden would just kind of meet that evil that is potentially coming in.
How?
With all that he do, what I don't know.
Well, he's meeting it by upsetting people by preemptively pardoning a lot of people. I think that's one way that he's meeting it. It's still being discussed, but he did pardon Hunter, and everybody's mad about that. But I think that's him, not his first choice. Never thought he'd find himself here, but is trying to meet the evil by at least giving people some safety and protection. Maybe. Who knows with the Supreme Court? Who knows if those will stand?
And I wish that we had more action. I know this is like hindsight, but if we had more action right when Biden took office.
You mean Merrick Garland, who did fucking shit all?
When we
did nothing?
When Trump was selling his NFTs and we're like, this guy, we've got a tsunami of evidence against him.
Do you know there was a moment where they could have arrested him?
Exactly.
And the rest of the country went, okay.
He's over.
Yeah, that was out of control. But then they let it wane, and then they're like, it was pretty good when Trump was president. No, it wasn't. But okay. Right. Do you see what they did? They pissed off the right. They swore Adam Schiff and somebody else early. Like they've sworn
I saw that because he had Kamala do it.
Yeah, but they did it because now they can go in and vote. They can go vote on stuff. Oh. They did it fast. They did it before.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
There's another.
So they're doing all they can. I just, what's going to happen is Trump's going to have to pull some crazy shit, and then the people with conscience that have consciences in the House and the Senate are going to, Republicans are going to have to go, fuck, we can't do this, man. Yeah.
There's another, so let's point to another silver lining. These silver linings are fucking
very small,
micron.
Very tight. Yes. It's not even a lining as much. It's a scrap, just a piece of,
it's one little
There's nugget. A rag that was tore off a thing, yeah.
Is that the nominations, some of these nominations are getting pushed back.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's some with a scrap of conscience.
Well,
for whatever reason, even if it's...
The only one was Matt Gaetz, because I thought Pete Hegseth was done. Joni Ernst.
Fuck, he's not done?
Who is a veteran and was resisting it. Suddenly, after some talks this past week,
we talked to her. You listen. Yeah, we talked. We had a little talk.
She looks forward to helping him get through the
process.
Susan
Collins, who said no way. Of course, whenever Susan Collins says no way, she is a man. Oh, I want to point something out about Congress people. So I've been doing some research into this, and I'm going to do an Armageddon update about it next week. So Congress gets paid $174,000, right? I mean, the House of Representatives, I think the Senate is $192 and it's $174 for the House.
With stocks, they can buy their own stocks.
That's not even close. Oh, okay. So the deeper I get into it, do you guys know?
That too.
Do you guys? Yeah, they can buy stocks. They can insider trade basically because they know what government contracts.
Free healthcare.
So they free healthcare for life, and they get their pension plan is 3 times what a normal country. But do you know what they get every year per person? Per person for their staff and expenses.
It's kind of what we talked about last week with the Hungarian guy.
Like a
Did we talk about this last week? Did
Yeah.
I mention the number?
Yeah.
cheese of the month club or something?
You mentioned one of them, not the other one.
So the house gets, on average, per person for staff, expenses, furniture, offices, everything. They get their little salary, $174 for the house. $2.9 million per house member in expenses.
Per year or per term?
Per year.
Wow. What I was saying was it's kind of what we were talking about with the Hungarian ambassador. Like that level of lifestyle is...
So, yeah, give me $5. You give me $5 a year in pay, but I get my expenses are $3 million?
Right. Oh,
okay.
my God.
So the Senate gets $3.8 million per person per year in expenses for staff, junkets, flying, everything. And there's no real restrictions on it. You can't. They can also make a third of their salary, their 174 extra, a third of their salary in outside money.
And who pays for all that?
Taxpayers, 100% taxpayers. So
we do.
So just to pay for Congress every year, because when you hear them at 174, you go, okay, that's higher than the average American.
Yeah, that's
but okay, I get it. Plus $3 million in an expense account. $3 million.
Plus all the other bonus bullshit that they get.
Plus their PACs, plus all the people donating money to them, yes. So when you guys keep talking about these people and you wonder, why do these fucking people work so hard to keep 174 grand?
Yeah.
Because it's not 174 grand.
Is Doge going to go after that? Is Doge going to Doge it? Bulldoge it?
Bulldoge it. Him with the words. I like him with the words. Guys,
Him with
I
the
think we are
words.
coming to the end, but I just want you to know that your tax money that you bust your ass and you look at your check and you go, how much did they take? Just so you know, that tax money is going. So Adam Schiff and Tommy Tuberville can actually have a 4-course lunch every day.
With printed menus.
Yes, with printed menus with the guests' names on them. That's where that money is going. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, guys. We're going to be on the road. We're going to do our last 2 shows of the year in Spokane at
Knitting Factory.
At the Knitting Factory. Yes. And by the
Friday.
way, I wanted to thank you guys. We did
Finish that though, and then
we're going to be at I love this.
Neptune.
The Neptune Theater is my favorite place to perform. To the point where, actually, we're finishing the credits for the special that's coming out on the 24th, and then I'm going to walk around here after he goes home and just do my show because I really want to. I want to be off book by the time I get to the Neptune. Neptune Theater, Seattle, guys, go! It is this show. I want to thank everybody in Detroit. We did the Royal Oak. She gets on stage.
Rapids too.
Holy shit! Grand Rapids was great too. Grand Rapids was great. I will say this: the audience in Detroit was so good.
Yeah.
Rachael gets on stage, and I'm in the wings, just going, "Holy shit!" It blew the roof off. You got to come see Ray. You can come see me. I got a show. You got to come see this kid. And then I get on
my
stage.
11th, no biggie.
I get on stage, and I'm worried, because she killed so bad. I'm like, all right, I got to see if I can get on the top of this. And I got a standing ovation with a show that I was still looking at notes. And that was stunning. So thank you, Detroit. We'll be back.
They were a lot of fun.
We'll be back next year. We are going to be in Spokane and Seattle. What date's 22nd?
It's
21st,
next
22nd?
Friday and Saturday. And
21st,
so
22nd?
It's 20th and 21st.
20th and 21st.
Friday, Spokane Knitting Factory. Saturday, the 21st. Seattle Neptune Theater.
So after that Christmas shopping's done and you're like, all right, now I got to wrap it. I'm going to go out tonight. I'm going to go see Titus and Ray, and it'll be awesome.
Are you sure it's the standing O is not just them trying to see over the laptop? It's like, you know what? I can't.
I was shocked at it. I was kind of stunned at it. I was like, I got done. I did
that took me. I was like, wait, what? Oh,
the last bit is on is about how we're all immigrants, and I just do this long bit, and it gets kind of amped up, and then I end it on this killer callback, and they just went, and I was like, I got chills just now because it's too early. It shouldn't be happening yet.
Right,
so I'm thinking, it can only suck from here. Guys, I'm working on it. I'm always rewriting. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor, ChristopherTitus.com. We got merch. We put out how many? We have 3 or 4 more shirts. We got almost all the shirts out.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I think we have about 4 more to put.
Okay, so we have all the shirts. If you want to get for gifts, go get shirts from. We have shirts from my specials. We have a Titus show shirt, which has got the Titus logo on the back. It says "Wussy." It looks like someone taped a sign to your back. It's pretty cool. Get those. Do me a favor, please order the special. We do it on our own. You know, Prince said something once, and I follow Prince. He said that he goes, "You can give it to the record company, but you never get paid." And I will tell you, recently a special that I gave to somebody, one of my best specials, Love Is Evil, found out that not only did they never pay me on it, but they had been, after the contract, I gave them a 5-year contract. After the 5 years was up, for the last 10 years, they've been collecting money that they owed me. So if you guys come get the special, it's going to us. It's going to the Titus podcast. It is going to ChristopherTitus.com. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. And anything else? Any guys? Oh, we got to do. What do you have? Do you have 4 years ago, or are you just giving it up now?
Oh, what? I can do it. I always have it.
Yeah, I want to have
Unless
it.
Look,
we only get a couple more of them, and then we got to go.
4 years ago today. No, we're doing that up until the election.
You know, what we can do. We can flip it next time. When he's in it, we can go. When he does something crazy, we can go back to what Biden did. Yeah, we'll go better. Yeah, here's what it used to be, bitches. We'll do that. Yeah. All right, we'll call it "Remember This, Bitches."
Yeah,
that's what we'll call it. We'll call it. Okay, that'll be the next segment you do after he's in office. You like it?
I like it.
I love it.
That'll be sad though.
Remember this, bitches?
Oh, yeah. Put sad music to it.
Yes.
You know, the only way this is going to work this next 4 years is to have fun. We survived on our anger the first term he had. We're going to have to laugh. When I laughed at the end of the Armageddon update, I felt it. I felt like, okay, we're just going to have to laugh. Again, until I fall out a window, Russia style.
Do you want to do a fun fact?
Sure, fun fact.
Fun fact.
Now it's time for Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. It's Highlanders Fun Facts.
Yeah.
NASA genuinely faked part of the moon landing.
Come on.
That's true.
No.
Yes.
What? Which part?
While Neil Armstrong's first steps on the lunar surface were categorically not faked, the astronaut quarantine protocol when the astronauts arrived back on Earth was a big show. They didn't need to do that.
They didn't
That
need
was
to
fake.
Wow.
quarantine them. Yeah. Why? And why is that? Why hide that?
I know, right? Let's hope they were just fucking with him.
I was waiting for the golf shot or something. Didn't one of the Apollo missions on the moon, didn't someone take a golf club?
Is it orbiting? Is it a new planet now?
Why don't you can't hear the problem with the moon landing. If you fake any part of it, then you just think all of it was fake.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you can't.
And there's a couple other weird things where they trashed all the footage. Like NASA got rid of all their footage and they were like, oh, we just needed more room on the tapes.
Wow.
Okay, what? You can't afford tapes.
What?
Jesus came back. Yeah, we dumped the tape.
I needed to tape my
Yeah,
homecoming.
exactly. Well, my kid was graduating.
It's a baseball game.
Yeah, it was t-ball. And you only get one time. You only get one time with t-ball. I had photos of Jesus. I had video of Jesus walking water, but it was his first game, and he whiffed it. It was horrible.
We had all the alien footage. Now we had to tape it
Wow.
with our wedding.
We ran out of hard drives. We had aliens telling us the secret to the universe and light speed, but they were going to show the Solo movie of the Star Wars series, and I just needed some room.
So we had to tape the finale of Sopranos.
So that is some weak ass shit right there.
Yeah.
That's like there's a Zapruder film. We taped over the Zapruder film. Ha.
You guys should go to ChristopherTitus.com/tour and buy comedy tickets for people for Christmas. I used to do that. I even did it with you. Sadly, the first time I did it was Cosby. The Wilbur Theater in Boston, January 19th.
New show, doomed to repeat. And by the way, my family was in the first group of people in the Massachusetts colony. So go to Boston.
Drop San Diego is in January.
Yep.
Atlanta City Winery. We just added New York City Winery. It's not on here.
Titus tickets.
Yeah. Honolulu, Hawaii Theater. There's some good shows coming up. And then Hartford, Albany, Syracuse. You guys got to go check out the page.
And one last thing, I'm going to give a shout out to Anthony Jeselnik. I don't know Anthony very well. I met him once, but I will say this: his special on Netflix is pretty damn good. There's a bit he does on everybody's trying to do their trans bit. His is the smartest I believe I've ever seen anybody do it. His new look is weird. I've been calling him Dark Twain.
I love that. You said that last night.
He's got the hair and the mustache. I'm like, he's Dark Twain.
He's got to use that for his
go
next...
see it. I just always want to shout out good comedy. Again, Anthony and I aren't buddies, but I just want to shout out when I see something great, go watch it. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be one.